Welcome to Reader Seeks Romance Channel's Romance Roundup, the #1 romance book recs talk show. I am Liz Donatelli.
And I'm Libby K, author of the sweet romance series Buckeye Falls and the upcoming When Sparks Fly.
Libby and I are celebrating episode number 50. And we're sharing books literally on our bookshelves that we just never got around to reading. Also, we play Blind Date with a Book. And we share news of our upcoming Ohio Romance Roundup event. Watch Romance Roundup on Reader Seeks Romance Channel and subscribe on YouTube. Listen to Romance Roundup on PodBean and all podcast apps. Hello, Libby.
Hello, Liz.
Congratulations on episode 50.
I can't believe we made it. That's a lie. I can believe we made it. We work hard, darn it.
I feel like we're at episode 85.
Yeah, doesn't it feel that way? I think back of all the different books we've talked about and all the different interviews we've done. And I don't know, it feels like it should be 75 at least.
So before we get going, I would like to talk a little bit about our upcoming event, Ohio Romance Roundup.
There's nothing wrong with Ohio, except the snow and the rain.
So that's the first state in our plan to own the world.
Yes, actually, in our plan for romance dominance.
That's right. And a little bit about Ohio Romance Roundup. The event brings together romance readers and authors from the Buckeye State. So this is very Ohio-centric, but we are willing to come to your state. Just invite us.
Yeah.
It is being held at Westerville Library in Westerville, which is just outside of Columbus proper. And that's taking place on Saturday, May 3rd from 1 to 4. Festivities include a panel discussion, interactive romance storytelling, and book signings with author of Queer Historical Romance, Jess Everly, New York Times bestselling romance author, Lori Foster, author of Jewish Historical Romance, Felicia Grossman, and contemporary rom-com author, Kerry Ray. And special shout out to Gramercy Books, our favorite bookstore, for handling the book sales. And this is a free event. Register on eventbrite.com. And something I hadn't mentioned to you, this is kind of a surprise, but there will be exclusively designed merch to be awarded as prizes. So I've been busy creating some merch, and maybe possibly a merch store will be opening in the near future. So stay tuned for that news. And
please tell me little Jimmy is involved in some way.
Little Jimmy does appear in one. I will tease that the merch designs are romance book covers featuring either you or me or both of us, and little Jimmy's in there, and they're kind of funny. Some of them are over the top romance books. So yeah.
Excellent. You had me at over the top.
Yeah, over the top. And yeah, so every author is actually going to get a gift, including you. We'll see if people dig it. If not, then the merch store will never open.
Yeah, that we never discuss it again and no one's the wiser.
That's right. As I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be chatting about books that are literally on our bookshelves, and you can explain why you haven't gotten to read it, if there is a story behind it.
Is laziness and too many darn books on my shelf count as a story?
Yes, that is acceptable. That is acceptable.
Okay, perfect.
And you can read a little bit of the back of the book. I tried to pick books also that didn't have a huge description on the back, because frankly,
let me tell you, I actually put down 3 books that the description was so long I got bored reading the description, and I thought Liz will have a fit if I bring these books to describe. So I've actually left 3 books out. I will read them eventually, but I have purposefully not included them for today.
Okay. I'm glad to hear.
My public service to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, then, Libby, for the 50th time, let the roundup begin.
Giddy up, Liz. Here we go. My first one is from an author I've discussed on the show before, Stephanie Archer. I'm excited to read Behind the Net. This came out summer of 23 from Stephanie's imprint. It is the first in the Vancouver Storm series. Obviously, it's a hockey book. It is a lovely little picture of, I don't know, they're kind of making out at a goal here. It's kind of fun.
I have to say that the corner of the net looks like it's digging right into her ass.
Oh yeah, she's totally getting a wedgie. Although I do like that she's wearing loafers. Usually we have women in heels or like quirky shoes, but I feel like a nice solid, nice loafer. I appreciate that.
But a loafer on the ice?
Oh yeah, no, she'll fall and break her neck. I'm sure that's half the storyline.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just looks so uncomfortable. It looks like she's almost falling backwards into the net while he's just, pushing
But
up
don't worry,
against
Liz,
it.
he's the goalie, so he's going to save her.
Oh, that's nice. I like what you did.
Thank you.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so the tropes for this one are grumpy sunshine. It's listed as a slow burn. Obviously, it's hockey, but most importantly, it is a forced proximity. And I am so excited. That is why I picked it up to begin with. Well, aside from the fact that it's also Stephanie Archer, and I really like her books. And she, as you can tell, it's a bit of a thickums. This is a big one. I don't care though, because I love how she writes slow burns. And her Queen's Cove series is the series I've talked about a couple months ago. And the thing that she does with her series, which I'm looking forward to with this one, is she sets up the future characters just enough that they help with the storyline, but not too much that you're like, okay, we get it. These people are going to fall in love in a book. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
it's chef's kiss perfection. It's just a little bit. So the general premise, and again, not too long for you, Liz. I tried to keep it as short as possible.
Let's make this the trend for the next 50 episodes.
Yes, is how short as possible. These episodes will be 10 minutes long. So the general premise or the tagline is, he's the hot, grumpy goalie I had a crush on in high school, and now I'm his live-in assistant. So you can see why I'm hooked, because we have a homeless situation, I'm guessing, and she is living with him. So I don't care what's going on. You've already had me at forced proximity and sharing a place. Let's roll.
Wow, this is so up your alley.
I know. I can't wait. I might actually have to read this sooner rather than later. Hence why it's on my TBR. So
You know what? I love that for the title of this episode.
TBR.
TBR. So it's wait, why TBR actually? Wait, maybe
I don't know. I just feel like it's been on my TBR, so now it's like moved up on my TB. It's like the double TBR.
You know what? It doesn't even have to make sense. It just sounds
doesn't.
good. The
Hey,
TBR,
we've made it to 50 episodes. There are no rules.
That's right. That's right. It's just chaos from here on out. Do you think it was the page count that maybe it prompted you to just keep it on your bookshelf?
Potentially, yes. And I think it is listed as a slow burn, and I know from her other ones that they're slow burns. And so I have to be in the right frame of mind when I pick up a book if I know it's going to take a while to get, into the meat of the story, pun intended. So yeah.
Meat of the story.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great, sexy book title? Meat of the story. And the person
And he could be a butcher.
That's exactly what yes. He's a butcher, meat of the story. But before he was a butcher, you know what he was? An adult film actor.
I was going to say like a burlesque dancer or something. I'm going to be writing this immediately after this episode. No, I'm kidding. I have 5 other things in the hopper, but I'm going to write this down unless someone else beats me to it. In a year, we're going to be working on show notes, and we're going to see that come up from one of the publishers as their new next romance. We'll be like, duh.
I would be honored though. I know that stealing ideas and content is not good at all, but I would feel a little bit
flattered.
Flattered if someone stole my idea.
Well, we'll see what happens if it actually happens.
You know what? Because I'm not giving anybody gold on this show. So if you steal my idea, you're not going to hit the bestseller list. I know you're not. So go ahead, steal it. I save the gold for myself.
You write that burlesque meatpacking romance.
Yeah.
See where it gets you.
See where it gets you. It's not going to get you anywhere. So a hockey player, do you really think they have assistants?
I mean, if anything I've read in previous romance novels about athletes has anything to do with it. Mariana Zapata, she had the Wall of Winnipeg. That was a football player who had a live-in assistant. So I'm wondering, again, it could all just be a bunch of BS, but
It is.
I mean, I don't know.
It is.
I mean, but then again, why would they need an assistant? I don't know. I'll read the book and report back.
Honestly, I think it's a little shady though to have a live-in assistant. That seems like a very vulnerable position to put someone in. It's like, oh, you're my assistant.
Yeah.
Now you're living in my house.
Speaking of vulnerable positions, let
Mhm.
me finish reading the description
Oh,
because it's going to get steamy, Liz. Giddy up.
oh, there's more to the description, is there?
I only read one sentence.
Oh,
It's not that short.
okay, carry on.
Okay. Okay, so here's the rest of the description. After my ex crushed my dreams in the music industry, I'm done with getting my heart broken. Working as an assistant for an NHL player was supposed to be a breeze, but nothing about Jamie is easy. He's intimidatingly hot and a grouchy jerk who can't stand me. The guy has a massive ego, and keeping things professional should not be a problem until he demands that I move in with him. Beneath his surliness, though, Jamie is surprisingly sweet and protective. When he learns, this is the part, when he learns how bad my ex was in bed, his competitive nature flares and he encourages and spoils me in every way. The creative spark I used to feel about songwriting, it's back. And I'm writing music again. Between wearing his jersey at the games, going to rowdy parties with the team, and being brave on stage again, I'm falling for him. But could he break my heart? It might be worth it. It's forced proximity, so I'm already a goner. They're gonna have to live together, so there's gonna be some type of roommate shenanigans. And I like that
Yeah.
he's a goalie. I know we had Sky McDonald on last year, or God,
Yep.
maybe that was even 2023. Again, we've been on for 50 episodes, who knows?
Yeah.
But I like the goalies seem to have different superstitions and quirks. It just makes it slightly different from the other hockey heroes that I usually am obsessed with. So I am cautiously optimistic that I'm also going to love Behind the Net. Again, loafers are awesome, even though this positioning does look awkward.
Yeah,
So
it does.
I am eager to report back, and then we can have another Liz and Libby report back episode. So
Oh,
really, I'm just doing us a favor for content later down the road.
yeah, I like it. So I am wondering if has there ever been, I feel like I have come across this before. Tell me if I'm wrong. Has there been a romance in which one of the protagonists is a Zamboni driver? And for anyone who doesn't know what a Zamboni driver is, they get in the big machine, they smooth out the ice at the ice rink.
Mhm.
So they have them for, hockey and
Figure
ice
skating things. Yeah.
skating and stuff. So has there been, I thought I read something about, oh yeah, he
That would
was,
be awesome. I would love that. Or maybe like the little ice girls that come out in between plays at hockey games with the little shovels. I'm sure they're not called ice girls, but they come out here in
yeah,
Columbus, they just wear hoodies and yoga pants. But I think it's the Vegas Kings. God, I hope that's the name of the team. But out in Vegas, apparently they have scantily clad ice girls. And so as soon as I saw that,
oh.
like in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's a romance book waiting to happen.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'd like to see the hockey world expanded because
Mhm.
we're doing a lot about the players, but there's so many other people that are part of the team. I
That's what
mean,
I like about
yeah.
Rachel Reed's Game Changer series is the one book has role model has their social media guy falls for a player. So you get to see
Right.
the different, sides of
Yeah,
being a part of the team.
absolutely. Okay. Well, let's see. What do I have on my shelf?
Yes, we've had hockey players. What do we have, Liz? Ooh, I like the glasses.
Thank you. So, because I am 48, apparently that's the age where not only do you need contact lenses, but then you need readers on top of them. So, I have my readers on.
But they
Uh,
really match your shirt. I was thinking this was just an accessory.
no, this is because no, this is very necessary. This is medically necessary. Yeah, I have pink readers. So I know that many an episode ago, I mentioned a book called A Charming Doorstep Baby. And I laughed at it because I was reading it as charming as the adjective, like we're talking about a charming baby found on a doorstep. And I thought that was funny. Well, it was mentioned to one of our favorite book sellers, Nikki, at Gramercy Books, and she special ordered it for me. And I haven't
And
yet
me,
read
I
it.
have one too.
Do you have a copy too?
I haven't read it yet. I actually thought about bringing it up, but I can't find where I put it in this heap of books behind me.
Oh, well, then I'm glad I found it. So it's a Harlequin special edition. A Charming Doorstep Baby refers to the name of the town is called Charming.
I didn't know that.
And it's by Heatherly Bell. And
That's a very like melodic name. I like it.
yeah, Heatherly Bell. Yeah, I like that too. A Surly Cowboy and an Abandoned Baby. Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Here it goes. A retired rodeo cowboy. Now, right there, we're not just doing the ranch thing, right? We're doing rodeo.
It's different. I like it already.
Yeah. I wonder if rodeo clowns have ever made it into a romance.
God, I hope not. I hate clowns. I hate clowns so much.
But here's the thing. Okay, I have to explore this because imagine there's someone who's got this horrifying fear of clowns and it's stopping this person. This fear is stopping them from getting ahead in their career. Okay.
As
I
a
don't,
rodeo rider?
what was that?
As like a rodeo person?
Like maybe. Okay, maybe it's a male, a male rodeo romance. And one guy had to stop being a rodeo rider because he was afraid of clowns. Okay. Or maybe he just didn't have he was really good and could do it, but he was scared of starting a career because of the clowns. Right. But then he falls in love with one of the rodeo clowns because he sees once he takes off the makeup that his fears would they just dissipate.
Once he takes off those big shoes, it's all over.
I think this idea has legs. Do I really though? Because I do save the gold for myself. So I'm just throwing that crazy
That's
idea
true.
out
I
there.
would read the butcher before I would read the rodeo clown, just for my side of, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I would say. I'll be honest. Okay.
Why do I have a feeling we're gonna write some weird hybrid where there's a Zamboni driver who like moonlights as a clown while going to butcher school?
Okay. Right now, you have my attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What's this about? A charming doorstep baby, retired rodeo cowboy Dean Hunter escaped to charming Texas for some solitude, some surf, and a new start. But his plans are interrupted by the distraction of Maribel del Toro, his stunning neighbor next door, and the baby he discovers on Maribel's doorstep.
Wait, why is he discovering her baby? Or the baby?
That's a good question. So they're next door neighbors, so maybe he comes home from his rodeo show, and he's like,
He
oh
comes
my.
home from dating his rodeo clown.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, there's a little baby. Okay. And then he's like, uh-oh, let me knock on her door. Now Dean has to convince skeptical Dr. Maribel that they need to give a desperate mom a second chance by temporarily caring for the baby together. So I thought they were going to be, see, I originally didn't want to read this. Well, not that I didn't want to read it. I originally put this to the back of my TBR because I was like, oh, they're going to have to spend the whole time looking for this baby's mother. And that's going to be like a mystery. And I don't know if I want to read that. But they do find the baby's mom and they just decide to take care of the baby for a while.
I mean, that's nice of them.
I mean, it's nice of them. I'm wondering, there's obviously some extenuating circumstances with this mother that she's like, hey, I really can't deal with this now. Take my baby. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like there's some legal things that would have to be covered, but
they must be fostering the child. I don't know if it's legally or illegally fostering a child. I'm not sure what's going on.
Illegal fostering romance. A
That
new
could be the
subtrope.
That's a new trope. Illegally fostering a child together. I love it. And this book came out sometime in 2024, I believe. So
yeah, I think we got it last year, early last year.
Yeah. So I really am kind of intrigued about A Charming Doorstep Baby. So I think I'm going to be reading that. And if I do, I'll report back.
Yes, and I'll find my copy and maybe we could do a buddy read later.
We could, but we're not.
Yeah.
Evil laughter. So what else do you have on your bookshelf to share, Libby?
Okay, so this one I got a few years ago. It's from 2022. And at one of our Reader Seeks Romance book clubs, one of the book club members mentioned that she had read it and loved it. And I got really excited. And I thought, wait, I read that too. No, I didn't. I just thought I did and and I remembered why I bought it to begin with. So my book is Come As You Are by, oh, I already forgot. Come As You Are by Jess K. Hardy. The reason that I bought this book, and then the reason that our book club friend got all excited about it, is the main characters are in their 40s and 50s. So we're talking actual adults here, people. And I kept getting 90s alternative songs in my head every time I think of the cover. Isn't that a Bush song, Come As You Are, or is that a Nirvana song?
Yeah, it is. It
So
is Nirvana. He looks really hot.
for those of you who are not watching, there's a little snowy mountain scene, and then we have our heroine has a cute little hat on and an oversized sweatshirt, which, hello, I love those. And he's kind of got like the rough hair and some type of neck tattoo, and potentially, ooh, he also has a hand tattoo. I don't know if you can see that. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh, Mama like.
So this one is the beginning of, or the first in the Bluebird Basin series. So I don't know anything else about these. Everyone I've talked to has only read this one, and I don't think that means they don't want to read more. I think it's just where we are. The tropes include workplace romance, small town romance, a celebrity normie, as I like to call it. And like I said, both main characters are over 40. Actually, they're both over 45. So giddy up.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So I'll just paraphrase because this one did have a slightly longer description, but I'm still excited about it. So Ashley Cook is our 46-year-old heroine, and she will do just about anything to save her struggling ski business. She's also trying to get away from her controlling and cheating ex-husband. So we've got a lot of things going on here with Ashley. She decides to hire some men from the local sober living house to help her cut costs and keep things going on her ski mountain. Enter our hero, 53-year-old recovering addict and ex-grunge rock and roller, Matthew Madigan, who has devoted every minute of the previous decade to the men residing in his sober living house.
Oh, I
And
love this.
so, isn't it great? Oh my God. So he is described as tightly wound, but he loves the adorably flustered Ashley and how she is kind of taking him out of his shell. She's also presenting him with the challenge he can't resist, which is getting her ski company up and running. And she needs a little help training. Are you ready for this? A St. Bernard rescue dog. And so we've got a cute dog, we got a tattooed grunge rocker, and we have a woman trying to start over again. My favorite thing is at the end of the description, it says, Bunny Hill shenanigans will ensue. And that's all I need to know.
Oh my, you know what I love? This is a very solid plot. Like
Yes.
you could see where things will begin and end. Like there's very clearly defined goals
Yes.
in this.
Yes. And I like, yes, and I like, I mean, I always hate when I say I like something that's sad or a real life struggle. Like I hate saying, oh, I like books about addicts, but I like where there is a real, it's not just like, gee whiz, I'm kind of having a rough time of it at my job or something. Like it's like, no, there's
Right.
a lot of internal and external forces at play here. So,
Yeah.
and our book club buddy who recommended this is not quick to recommend a book she doesn't love. So the fact that she loved it makes me even more excited. So I am just everything about this. And again, I'm hoping it's funny because it's getting warm out now. And the two books I picked are like winter and cold related. But I am super excited to read Come As You Are by Jess K. Hardy. It's my first Jess K. Hardy book. So I am cautiously optimistic. And again, I like that they're adults. Not that I can't read books with younger adults, but I just like that they've had, have some life under their belt.
Yes, yes. And it sounds like a very strong redemption story.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
I do enjoy redemption stories, like true redemption. Like you said, real world issues, like healing from addiction is a real world issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that, hey, my cupcakes got burnt. I don't know. It's just something I threw in there because you know how bakeries stick in my craw.
Yes. Which I will get to later, but there were 3 books for blind date that I wanted to pick, and all of them had secret baking somehow in the store. It didn't look like a baking book, but when I was reading through the description, it mentioned baking. And I'm like, I gotta leave that off for Liz.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You really could have screwed me and just picked all like bakery books. Then I'd be forced to pick one.
Yeah. Okay, so we have gone from hockey, And I've taken us from hockey to random ski resorts with attractive grunge rockers. What do you got for us, Liz?
I'm going historical romance by uber bestselling author and legend Beverly Jenkins.
I love Beverly Jenkins. I have not read her in ages.
I have read her before, but again, it has been a while. But To Catch a Raven, which I think came out, I want to say 2 years ago. Let's see what it says here. I don't know if it was like 2023, but it's, I believe, 2022. And it is an Avon book, and it is part of the Women Who Dare series.
Hmm.
A fearless grifter goes undercover to reclaim the stolen Declaration of Independence. It's basically like what's the Nicolas
National
Cage?
Treasure?
Yeah. National Treasure with a woman. A former Confederate official is suspected of stealing the Declaration of Independence, and Raven, posing as his housekeeper, is tasked with getting it back. Her partner is the too handsome Braxton Steele, masquerading as a valet slash driver.
Ooh.
Brax is also supposed to be her husband. He has his own reasons for doing this job, but when their pretend marriage ignites into fiery passion, they'll have to put everything, including their hearts, on the line. I love history. I do enjoy historical romance with some kind of spy or plot or something exciting happening.
Kind of intriguing.
Intriguing, yeah. So the whole Declaration of Independence, like, I'm just wondering if this character Raven encounters any real life historical figures.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping. Like maybe she bumps into let's see. Okay, this is about Civil War era then. Actually, this is after the Civil War because it says a former Confederate official. So let's figure maybe this is 1870s,
70s?
1880s, maybe somewhere. Let me see. Maybe the first, I'm guessing there's a date. Oh, here we go. 1878, San Francisco is where.
Oh, San Francisco. That's interesting.
Well, I think that's when that's the prologue. So maybe eventually it starts in, it continues maybe in DC, I'm guessing at some point, or
Yeah, I mean,
Philadelphia.
otherwise, where do they get it?
I basically know nothing. Oh, she ends up in Boston.
I basically know nothing.
I basically know nothing about this. And now the reason I didn't read it was because I felt like I had to be in a particular mood to read something historical, because it does require more of your brain power.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a paperback. It's like a mass paperback. So I think it just so easily fit into my bookshelf. It was just like kind of glossed over because it's so small. But as I was looking through, I was like, I've been really getting into watching more history documentaries lately. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll read To Catch a Raven by Beverly Jenkins. We'll see.
Please, and report back.
I will, unless I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other treasures did you find in your bookshelf?
Oh, crap. I only had the two.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I have another one. Okay, so what I have here is a book that author Lucy Morris, Viking historical romance author Lucy Morris, mentioned on Instagram many moons ago and said that she really liked. It's called Filthy Rich Vampire. Paya. That's my New York accent. Filthy Rich Vampire by Geneva Lee. And Geneva Lee is a New York Times and internationally bestselling author. Have you heard of Geneva Lee?
Only sparingly, and I swear it might have been through Lucy's posts, but I always get her confused. I think there's like 3 other Geneva, whether it's the first name or the last name authors, that all had books coming out within like the same 3 months. And I felt like it just kind of got lost in the Geneva book release blast of whatever year this was. But I love the cover because it's different. And it's a bunch of flowers, yeah?
It's a bunch of beautiful flowers. They're pink and purple, and it looks very sophisticated.
Yeah,
and then
classy.
In gold, shiny font, it says Filthy Rich Vampire. Yeah, so it's by Amara Publishing. Is Amara part of Entangled?
I want to say yes.
I think it might be. Again, like, I know very little. I wanted this to be very raw when I went through this. I didn't want it to be prepared where I had information to share. It is Entangled, correct. And it's 2023. Okay. And this is part of a series. And it looks like there's several books, but
Oh, okay.
which I think might be part of the reason I didn't start it, is that I felt like then I'd have to commit to the series. It's also 381 pages.
I was just gonna say, it looks like it's thick.
The page texture is thick. It's a thick page, like
Ooh,
paper.
that's high quality paper right there.
Yes, it is. So it's like 380 something pages, which I guess isn't too bad, but it looks bigger because of the
Mhm.
thick, I don't know, burlap. I would think it looks like burlap. I don't know. I don't even know.
Old-fashioned papyrus.
Yes, it's old-fashioned papyrus. So this is what it's about. This is newly edited and for the first time in print. So this must have been, I bet you this was a self-published author maybe who
I'm
published
guessing.
ebook and then became published. This is kind of a long description, so I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to read like the first paragraph or like the first sentence of the second paragraph. Julian Rousseau has a problem. He's single, and for the world's wealthiest vampires, the social season is about to begin. Oh, I don't know. I don't think this is historical. I think it's contemporary. Julian would rather stake himself than participate in the marriage market. But as the eldest eligible Rousseau, he's expected to find a wife before the season ends, whether he likes it or not. When celloist Thea literally stumbles into his life at a gala, he knows she's the last person he could ever fall in love with. She's innocent, she's human, blah, 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 blah. She needs protection, and he needs a fake girlfriend to discourage overzealous vampire matchmaking. So that's why they end up in some kind of
Fake dating scheme.
fake dating situation. Come to think of it, now I'm wondering if it's historical because it
I
talks
mean,
about the
Marriage
marriage.
Mart sounds very historical. Is that a snake on the cover? A white snake? From this angle, when you were holding it up, it looked like, yeah, right there. Is that a little
It-
white snake?
I just realized that now. Yes, it is a
Ooh,
white snake.
Intriguing.
Well, the tagline is forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest. So maybe that's what the snake's about.
Oh.
Let me see if there's a year to this. Maybe this is not. No, I think it's contemporary. It doesn't have a year.
Oh, maybe it's just because vampires have been around for centuries. They go with like old-timey phrases.
That could be it. That could be it. And the only reason I got this is because Lucy Morris recommended it, and I happened to find it in Gramercy Books when I was just browsing. I was like, oh, I think this is Kismet. So I picked it up, and then I was like, this is a big book.
Yeah.
And then I put it on my bookshelf. I was like, it looks really pretty.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Like even the spine, it looks so like I felt sophisticated buying this book and haven't read it. Will I? I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
I bet you will now. I bet you're going to have a sophisticated moment. You're like, I need a sophisticated book.
You speak lies.
Yeah. You're going to make a martini in a few days and be like, ooh, what should I read with this martini?
Yeah, you know what? Definitely have a martini with that. Okay, so now we've come to the first game ever that we're trying. Fingers crossed, it's entertaining. Let's play Blind Date with a Book. So blind date with a book. So each of us have come up with just bare bones descriptions of random romance books, not mentioning the title or the author. And then the other person will say, oh, I would like that blind date with the book. That's what I would like to read. And then the author and the book title will be revealed. Now, it would be up to you if you actually want to read the book. And if you like the book, report back. So that's the extra element to it. I will go first. Here are the 3 mystery romance books. Male-female sports romance between an Australian road cycling star and her anonymous coaching app training partner. Tropes are you've got mail/secret identity and no strings attached / let's get it out of our systems sex trope. That's the first one.
Okay.
Second book, a closed door whimsical romance set in a historic building that has a habit of playing matchmaker with its residents. Light magical elements, no spells, no shifters, no dark magic of any kind. Here's the third book. An experienced Texas ranch hand reluctantly falls for his much younger, very accident-prone coworker in this gay cowboy romance. Which book would you read just based on the content?
Okay. I will say, I feel like the third I would enjoy more, but the cycling element for the first one is intriguing. For those of you who don't know, my husband is a cyclist. And so we always joke that there are not any cycling romances, and the two of us should write a book together about cycling. I don't know if it'll ever happen. It probably won't happen. I think that's why it squeaks out. And I think I want to know what book one is. Well, I want to know what all of them are, but I think book one, you might have had me there.
I'm very glad that you picked that book because it is by an author whose work I've read and very much enjoy. And when I saw this book pop up and the book cover is awesome because there's cycling in it, I was like, oh my God, Libby's going to love this. Let's see if she would pick it, as compared to some of the other books. Okay.
Mhm.
So that book is Head Over Wheels
Oh my God, that's adorable.
by Leonie Mack. And Leonie Mack,
Oh.
I've read before and have enjoyed her work. I've interviewed her a few times in Reader Seeks Romance. She is based in Germany, and she was previously published by Boldwood Books, which is a UK publisher.
Mhm.
And now this one is by Bedford Square Publishers, which I believe is also an overseas publisher. And it's actually coming out June 19th. So it's not
Ooh,
yet
hot dog.
released. Yeah.
Just in time for the Tour de France.
You think that's the
I mean, I don't
timing?
know. That might just be a coincidence. I think it usually starts around that time because it ends around the 4th of July. So,
Okay. Well, you have to check out the book cover. It's super cute where the one person's cycling and there's another person they're both cyclists. And then the other one is holding, number one fan sign. So it's like they
oh, how
support each
cute.
other. Yeah.
Aw, that
Yes.
sounds really cute.
Yeah. Now, typically Leonie's books have been sexy, but not super graphic. I don't know if this book would be along that same heat level. But yeah, so I love Head Over Wheels for you. Yeah, I hope you read it. You know what? Maybe you should do a couple read with you and Mr. K.
Oh, maybe I will. That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all right. So that was that fun round. And I will not reveal the ones you did not pick unless you're really, really dying to know what one of the other ones are.
I mean, I'm just kind of curious. I'm wondering if everyone else will be curious what they are too.
I wanted to make the others anonymous in case we kind of like said something possibly negative about not
That's
wanting to
true.
read
No,
it.
that's fine.
You didn't say anything negative about any of them. So if you'd like, I will read you the titles of the others.
Yes, yes, I do want to know. I hate mysteries and surprises. No, I'm kidding. I actually really like mysteries and surprises, but I want to know.
Okay. So book 2 is actually by Jenny Proctor.
You know what's funny? I wondered because I saw that she was doing something different, and I really like Jenny Proctor.
I know you do. Yeah. So the historic building that basically is, I guess, alive with magic and matchmakes people. The title of that book is called Petals and Plot Twists.
Ooh, I
And
like that name.
Yeah, I do too. And it came out in I think last week. So March 2025. It came out March 2025. And yeah, so you might want to check that out because it also said no dark magic, no shifters, no spells. It's very light magic.
I like my magic light. You know, I don't really.
That's
I'm
what
not a paranormal fan.
Oh yeah, that's why I thought that maybe you might pick it. Now, the third one is by an author I've read before, who I've very much enjoyed. A.M. Author, A.M. Author, not A.M. Author. It's A.M. Arthur, Arthur.
Oh, okay. I first I thought it was like kind of like a play on words, like I am an author. So I get it now.
No, my accent is coming out really thick today, but it's Arthur. So published by Carina Press. So you know what Carina, it gets pretty
Yeah, no, I like
sexy,
Karina
steamy.
Press. Giddy up.
Yeah. And this book is called His Accidental Cowboy, and it's part of the Woods Ranch book series. And there's 3 books, I think. I think there's 3 books.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it out already?
June 2023. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So the whole series is out. I think,
Brilliant.
yeah. So you can read that. And I love the whole thing. Well, I like the whole ranch hand thing.
Oh
But
yeah, no.
I think there's some real possibility for humor because it says a very accident-prone coworker, and
See,
it's
I kind of I like that. That was a close second. But although now I know that the other one's Jenny Proctor, now I want to read all of them. See, my
yeah.
TBR is getting longer. We'll have to have 10 of these episodes.
I know.
Okay. So
Go for it.
I went with some variety for your three because I was having trouble figuring out what I wanted to do. So
Okay.
hopefully one of these is appealing, or we'll just cut this whole portion.
Well, listen, I have to pick one. That's the
That's
rule.
true.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
will pick one.
And in no particular order, this is book one.
Mhm.
When a famous former child actress meets a tender-hearted West Village bookseller, sparks fly and complications ensue in this sapphic romance inspired by Notting Hill. Micro tropes include found family, sexual awakenings, and dating droughts. So that's book one. Book two, and again, these are totally different. A small town full of monsters, a quirky romance writer in hiding, and a sexy gargoyle turned bodyguard turned lover. Oh, and a stalker who just won't quit. It's an MM romance, and it's listed as sexy but cozy.
First of all, I just got chills. There's a lot of exciting things about this. As I mentioned to you off camera, I have been devouring cozy monster romance. I'm also back into the cowboy aliens. Okay, so far that's my pick, but let's hear the third one.
Oh, I'm guaranteed you're going to pick number two, but number three is kind of the wild card because I thought, let's just see. Let's just see. Okay, so book three. What do you get when you cross a staunchy single workaholic chef and a brokenhearted woman at a creative crossroads? You get an LOL-filled fling on a luxury cruise ship. Tropes include forced proximity and, again, an actual LOL rom-com.
The chef thing concerns me because the chef might also bake.
I couldn't tell from the description if he was a baker. It said chef, and I got the vibe that I mean, not that chefs can't bake, but yeah. So that was my like, I'm gonna mess with her a little, but it didn't say baker or wedding planner. So I thought, there you go.
Okay. Well, right now, my sweet spot is monsters. So I'm going to go with number two. What book is this?
This is The Gargoyle and Romance Writer by Chloe Archer, and it's part of the Monsters Hollow romance series from Rainbow Dreams Press. And it came out last year.
Oh my God. How did I miss this one?
The cover is like kind of, I think it had a lot of purples in it. And yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a gargoyle in it. And as soon as I saw that it was a cozy monster romance, and it talks about, I mean, just everything. I'm like, this has Liz written all over it. So
yeah, this is definitely, yeah. 1,000% yes.
okay.
And I promise to read this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt like it had everything. It was intriguing. There's a book element because there's a writer. I mean, there's a freaking gargoyle for Pete's sake. That's the bodyguard. I mean, give me a break. You can't, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. She obviously did, but
you can't make this stuff. This is really happening out there.
Yeah, it's happening right now. So yeah, so that was The Gargoyle and the Romance Writer by Chloe Archer.
Yeah, I'm in 1,000%. See, this is so exciting. Like, this was a fun way for us to recommend books to each other.
Oh, it's fantastic. Do you want to know what the other two are?
Yes, because I am almost positive I came across that first one. I can't remember. Yeah.
You probably did because we follow a lot of the same people online. That one is Camille Kellogg's second book, and that comes out June 10th from Dial Press.
Yeah.
And then the third one is another one that is just about to come out. It's Total Dreamboat by Caitlin Doyle, and that's coming out from Flatiron Books also in June of this year.
Right now, like, I cannot stop reading monsters, cozy monsters, and aliens. Like, it is the only, like, yeah, but now that you said that this one is male, like, and it's monsters, like, yeah,
there we go. Giddy up.
I think this was successful. This may or may not.
So too.
this may or may not be a recurring fun game. I don't know. We'll
No,
see.
now that I know what the hell I'm doing, I think it's a great time.
Yeah, yeah. I was
We
a
should
little.
do it again in the summer.
What was that?
We should do it again in the summer. Kind of
Oh,
have it be like a seasonal thing.
before. Oh, seasonal?
Like,
Did
well,
you
it's kind of spring.
did you hate doing it that much?
Well, I mean, we can do it monthly. I don't know.
Do you know that whenever that you frequently will say that, you'll say, let's do it seasonally. It's like you're like, yeah, I really like this. Let's just do it, 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So then I wonder, like, how much did you really like it then? We will see if it seems because we could have saved time, but just saying, because I know you, I think you would like this.
That's true.
So maybe we should just do that from now on. Is like, I have a personal recommendation for you, like a Libby to Liz or a Liz to Libby recommendation. Or we could just play these games with each other.
No, I like playing the game. It was fun.
Okay. All right. You might be lying, but who's to know?
Hey, we both got good book picks out of this. It's a
We-
win.
We do. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait
I
to
know.
read
I'm
this.
super excited.
And that's our roundup. Watch Romance Roundup on Reader Seeks Romance channel and subscribe on YouTube. Listen to Romance Roundup on PodBean and all podcast apps. Thanks for joining us, romance readers.
Happy reading, everyone.